Welcome to the Sandpoint Podcast. I'm Luke Webster coming to you from beautiful North Idaho where the lakes are real, the winter is elusive, kind of like the Bonner County zoning map. Today's episode, Schrödinger's zoning map, Bonner County's favorite mystery. Yeah, that's one more of a concept. And before you tune out thinking, oh great, zoning talk, stick with me because this affects every landowner, every builder, and every family in the county. Here's the short version. Zoning only works if there's a zoning map according to Title 12 of Bonner County Code. Not a website, not a screenshot, not something the staff generally agrees on, an actually legally adopted signed zoning map on file and recorded. And under Bonner County Code, Title 12, zoning only exists as shown on that official zoning district map. That map has to be adopted by ordinance and signed by the chair and attested by the clerk. That's not a suggestion, that's a foundation. And here's the problem. Bonner County, to this point, hasn't been able to produce that. They haven't been able to produce the 2008 one or the 2022 map. Now there's talk that they're going to, sounds like somebody might have found a 2022, but either way, it's never been online. It's never been in their office. It's never been on display. It's never been available. I've asked for it. Several other people have asked for it. There's been public records requests for any of these maps. Haven't been able to find them. So we're in this strange situation where Bonner County enforces zoning every single day, denying applications, conditioning land use, telling people what they can and can't do with their own property. But when you ask them to show legal documentation, they actually gives them zoning authority. It's nowhere to be found. It's like getting a speeding ticket and asking, hey, where's the speed limit sign in there? It's like, well, tell you the truth, there hasn't been one, and we don't even have a regulation for speed. Trust us, though, you were speeding. Oh, okay, that sounds great. Now let's talk about why this matters in real life. For years, people in Bonner County have spent millions of dollars trying to comply with zoning rules. Surveyors, engineers, planners, attorneys, years of delays, projects stalled, property rights limited, all based on a system that may not even be lawfully enforceable. There's no technical glitch. That's a due process problem. When government tells you that you can't do with your own land, the bare minimum requirements is that they can point to the law that gives them the power to do so. Not a GIS map with a disclaimer, not this is how we've always done it, not everyone else follows it, the actual legal instrument. And that instrument doesn't exist to this point. Or was it ever properly adopted? Doesn't appear to be, then that authority doesn't exist either. That's how the rule of law works, especially when property rights are involved. I raised this issue on my own file, maybe it was like a week ago with the county commissioners, not to be clever, not to stir up drama, but because there is a threshold. And this is a threshold question. Before the county can say no to me or anybody else, they have to have legal authority to do so, and they don't. They clearly know it. All those commissioners know it. They're trying, I give them, it's probably a problem that they didn't create, they inherited, but they keep kicking the can down the road. Nobody's signing these papers. Nobody's signing this zoning map. And it's kind of like they don't want to deal with it, but they're going to end up having to deal with it. It's going to be a real problem. And it is a problem. You don't get to enforce imaginary rules just because they've been enforced for so long of a time. It's not a precedent. So that's not governance. That's habit. Let's zoom out for a second because this isn't about me. This affects every parcel in Bonner County, every zoning designation, every land use decision made for years. This is a foundation that is cracked and everything built on it's questionable. That's not anti-government. That's pro-accountability. Look, I love this place. I want Bonner County to succeed. I want clear rules and fair process and lawful governance. But pretending a problem doesn't exist doesn't make it go away. And enforcing zoning without lawful zoning map isn't just sloppy, it's dangerous. So let's fix it openly, legally, and honestly. Because in North Idaho, we deal with real things, real land, real people, real consequences. And you shouldn't be governed by a map that only exists in theory and doesn't exist in reality, and they can't produce it. That's the foundation for a lot of their decision making. And I think a lot of those decisions have been wrong. This has been the Sandpoint Podcast. If you own land here, pay attention. If you care about your property rights, share this. If you're in the county government, just do us all a favor and show us the map. All right, thanks. Have a good day.